Hey everyone, this is Catch 'em All Collectibles, and today I am bringing you another graded card return. This one was a 200 card submission sent last May through Ludkins. I actually sent in May and June, I sent 600 cards each. PSA has a 500 card per order cap, so they split my orders into 200 and 400 card submissions. I did a video a couple weeks ago. The 400 came back. 200 are here today, and then I've already paid the upcharges, so another 200 should be coming through in the next week or two. But anyways, getting into the cards. This was actually my grade breakdown for what I submitted. 48 cards got a PSA 10, 87 got a 9, 30 got an 8, and then quite a few, 35 got less than 8. Some amount of these, probably equal parts, me overlooking damage because I was in a rush to capture that $7.50 per card special. So equal parts missing damage, equal parts, some cards were just worth grading at less than PSA 8. And yeah, I guess that's the two things. So I'll start with Hidden Fates. One card, I sent quite a few Hidden Fates, you'll see. One card got an 8, and that's right there. But these were all packed fresh. I pretty much sent everything that I had opened. This, I forget how many packs worth this was. But yeah, Hidden Fates print quality was pretty nice. You'll see almost all 9s and 10s with slightly more 10s than 9s. But it's really an interesting feeling how many subs I've been getting back lately. Anyone aware of the Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now? I kind of think of that when I think of these submission returns. The best time to submit to PSA was a year ago. The second half of that proverb kind of breaks down because you can't submit now unless you want to pay $300 per card. But all the submissions I was doing last year are really paying dividends now. So I'm glad I was through the it was kind of strange to just keep throwing so many cards into the void, feeling as if they'd never come back. But yeah, sticking with it. As I said, I set 600 cards out each in May and June. I took the summer, early midsummer off from sending cards, and I think I didn't really pick back up again until August. But then I was sending in cards every few weeks from August right through the end of the year. And I forget exactly when CGC came out online, but once they did, I'd been sending with them regularly as well. I have not sent anything new aside for some very small $100+ per card orders to PSA since not even anything in March, so everything was February or earlier. CGC, I haven't sent anything new. I sent about 2,000 cards out to capture the old price before their most recent price increase. So I think I'm due for a decent lull after my next few orders come back, but there will be a handful more videos over the next few weeks. I actually do have some direct submissions that the grades have recently popped on. I have my 15 free from last fall. I got my membership renewed, and before they discontinued those 15 free at the economy level or whatever they call it, before they discontinued that, I had just gotten mine out, and that was a pretty solid submission with some of the Scream promos and a couple Masaki sets that graded reasonably well. I also have an express 3-card order that was 3 grand parties. I might do those two together in a video just because I've been doing a lot of graded card return videos, and that's only going to be a 15 card and a 3 card submission. So doing those two in one video will be pretty easy. But I really liked Hidden Fates as a set. I think it modern Hidden Fates included. There's a lot of it out there. These pops are quite high, but yeah, there's just some really beautiful artwork. The shiny vault was kind of an innovative thing. Never has there been such a quantity of shinies in a set, and just opening those packs was so fun. How many hits you'd get just compared to like a regular set, because you've got the shiny vaults slotting into a different area in the pack, and you could get like the multi-hit packs, you could get the really hot packs. So really like this set. But that brings us to the end of Hidden Fates. Next, I guess I will show you, this deck's kind of a mix of, I think it's mostly tops, but I guess we'll see. I did have Sparkle first appearance. This one, anybody familiar with the Topps movie 2000? So PSA 6, you'll see this one and you'll think, why did you submit such a bad condition card? This was actually pack fresh. Anyone familiar with Topps cards, when you open them, they tend to really stick, and you can see that these ones stuck so bad that unfortunately it peeled off a lot of the edge coloring, which really hurts the grade. And some of these cards, again, this I believe would have been something that was packed fresh. I spent a while looking at it, but I don't even think I can get it to pick up on camera. Some of these random PSA 6s, there was like indentation or almost light creasing along the bottom edge that I wouldn't have thought was there when I submitted them, but I guess I could have done it myself and then missed it. But in any case, I've had some oddball low grades from like Jungle and Fossil. Say, most recently, I think I sold a PSA 5 first edition Oddish. And years ago, you'd just be, I mean, you may as well throw the card into a tote, which I kind of did at one point, because you wouldn't even get what it would cost to ship that card. And now I'm able to sell some of those cards for $20. So it's fully the reason why we've gotten where we've gotten, with turnaround times so long and prices going up so much, because I mean, a lot of people would point the finger at people like me who've filled the backlog with these kind of cards, but people wouldn't have been filling the backlog with these kinds of cards if the market wasn't asking for it. I mean, when the market's paying for something, people are going to respond to that by supplying it. So anyways, we're getting to the end of our Topps section here. Interestingly, I was kind of shocked. These are just the standard. These aren't chrome. These are just the standard Series 1. Series 1 blue logo. I know that there's blue logo, black logo, red logo. I'm not sure which are the rarest. PSA doesn't even denote the difference, but I believe these go for a few $100s, which would have been over the value limit that PSA allows for that $750 special. Interestingly, though, I did not get upcharged on this either. Anybody who's familiar with Topps Chrome, Technochrome was the rarest parallel, 2 per box. I don't know exactly what Weeping Bell will go for in PSA 10, but I think several $100s. I think that's something that definitely should have been caught by the upcharge. And once we get to them, at the very end, I have some box toppers, and those were the only things that I got upcharged on. Fairly interesting sometimes what they catch and what they don't catch. I provided James, Z and G. You'll see this Dragonite. I think some of these, it's about a year ago and I can't remember exactly, but I think a lot of these Japanese I knew were pretty bad. I don't think I can admit that I knew that this was this bad, but $750 per card. it was easy to kind of throw anything out there. This one, you'll see the huge crease there too. But yeah, I provided James at Z&G with some of my Upcharge data, and he recently talked about that in a video. They're really hit or miss. I had one submission where I had multiple EVs, and I kind of submitted them for whatever reason in 2 clumps. So like the first clump, there was a couple PSA 10s that got upcharged, and in the second clump, there were a couple. Same submission, same card, clearly same value. And yet half of them didn't get upcharged. Pikachus and Eevees. And then I had a few Topps cards that were a few $100s a piece. That Topps Chrome, the Techno Weeping Bell, that might be several $100s. And it didn't get upcharged. And then I'll show you in a little bit, but I think I have some box toppers that might be not even $200. That, well, I guess one might not be $200 and it got upcharged. So it's, especially going through a middleman, I don't want to waste Ludskin's time. I think I got upcharged $10 per piece. So I paid a $30 upcharge on a 200 card order. It's not worth wasting my time or their time, but I just paid it, and it is what it is there. Decent stack of PSA 8s. Japanese cards. These Japanese cards, like, I've never really been one. These definitely weren't pack fresh. I don't even know where these came from. These were just cards that I must have acquired in binders from years ago that they never used to be worth grading. At least I don't believe they were. I've never really followed the values on these, but some of these, especially in 9s or higher, are worth quite a bit these days. Just that classic WOTC. Classic WOTC arts. Can't go wrong with those. So my next, I'll go through the next ones probably slightly quicker. And I have mostly 9s and 10s, but there are some 8s. I guess I'll show you some modern promos. I did have a bunch of Shining Ho-Ohs from the Shining Legends Elite Trainer decks. Oh, and here's some more Topps that for whatever reason got mixed or got mixed into something else and didn't go with the other Topps, but random Ho-Oh Legend. Just the bottom half. Strange card, just having Ho-Oh's talons, not having his face or anything. And then a random, one reverse hollow from the EX era. Just randomly in a 200 card order. Yeah, these are all 9s. I'm not really going to show you the 9s too closely, but just a mix of WOTC, Neo era. I think there was some Gym Challenge too. Those were all Neo era. Yeah, here's some Gym Heroes, actually. Gym Heroes. Again, I was just kind of throwing cards out there to get the $750 price locked in. Even some trainers. There's the so in Japanese, Sabrina's gaze was banned because she had the middle finger on the ball. Kind of looked like it was elevated and looked like she was flipping you off a little bit almost. So they banned that and went to this art in English. But I'll finish up here with the last few. These are all the PSA 10 WOTC commons and uncommons. And then I'll end with the box toppers and go over a bit more about what I was upcharged. The bottom of this stack, the PSA 10 stack, we're going to come up on Sabrina's Abra. If anybody out there remembers, somebody was offering kind of a bounty on this on E4. I forget who it was. I told them that I had several PSA 10 worthy copies, and I did go ahead and submit 4. I believe I went 4 for 4. Maybe I had some PSA 9s too, but I don't think so. I think, I'm checking my other stack over here. I think I went 4 for 4, so if anyone remembers who wanted this card in PSA 10, I'll have to search the forum. they've probably gotten it by now, but I remember at the time they were offering a reasonable price, and I'm like, hey, I can spend 30 bucks to send 4 of them out and see what happens. So I'm sure I'll make out fine if I have to sell those on my own and if my buyer went away. But so this was the first card that got upcharged. PSA 6 Charizard box topper. It is Charizard, so maybe it's worth a few $100, but the box toppers are tough. Looking at this one closely, like PSA does do an inner sleeve in the box topper cases. I don't know exactly what it was with this one being a 6. I'm just assuming it was like a corner issue, but very interesting to me. At the time, it was new information to me, but these were graded as standard cards. I don't know what the exact measurements are of these box toppers. You can see they're quite a bit larger than a regular card, but these were allowed to be submitted in the same submission. Like, I didn't have to separate. These were submitted in the same submission as all the cards I'm showing you in this video, and they were all charged at the $7.50 per card rate. So I think that's still a thing going forward. I guess you'd have to measure them and you'd have to verify that for sure, but that was news to me and very interesting news because I think these are kind of a very niche item, but a really cool one. And these were the 2 other cards in the submission that got upcharged. And again, I don't know what they go for off the top of my head, but when I go to list them, I'll just price them competitively on eBay. I'm sure paying the $10 upcharge is fairly fair. The Skyridge ones specifically are pretty cool, having the like not having the normal back. So both those getting 10s was pretty cool. But anyways, that's video's kind of gone on a little bit longer than I expected. I was hoping to be closer to 10 minutes, and I see we're at 17. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this kind of video. As I mentioned, I have multiple more videos in the coming weeks, and then they'll be sprinkled throughout, I'm sure, the next year or two as my my cards roll out from their backlog. So again, thank you for stopping in, and I will catch you all later.